jumpers to exit the aircraft.
Where are you?
At 2,000 feet, the team leader waves his arm, signaling to team members to deploy their parachute simultaneously. This sets up a stack of parachutes in the sky, ready to descend towards the target in order.
כולם מעבר לקום.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand, remove your hat for our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our performance for the day. And on behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a warm and receptive audience. We would like to thank you for your continued support of the men and women of our military who risk their lives daily to preserve freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw one of the best sights you'll ever see, the American flag coming in under canopy, brought to you by the All Veterans Group, former members of your United States Army, and other great beautiful day without you. And now, from the left, coming up over the center, it's Chef Pitts with a little teaser of what's going to happen this afternoon. So at the top of the show center here, he does a hard left turn, a couple of snap rolls on the way down. So out here on show right, Chef is going to come up to the top,
give us a little bit of tease of what's going to happen this afternoon. A little aileron roll as he comes over and is doing his, looks like we're going to do a little Q&A here. Nice slow roll down the 500-foot line. So we call this particular airplane Chef Pitts because Clemens Cooley is actually a trained chef. He built this airplane in his garage while he was working on moving from a dishwasher to an actual chef over the years. He's been flying for 20 years. I'll tell you more about the awards the plane has won. Oh, look at those snap rolls. Look at him tumble that aircraft. Folks, I'll tell you what, he's working pretty hard up there for you today. And just like all the other pilots, when he gets on the ground, we want to make sure we give him a big wave, wave your hats, wave your arms, those water bottles, wave small children. They're going to have a hard time hearing you over the engine noise, but they can certainly see you. So make sure that when we get them on the ground, we'll let them know how much we appreciate their hard work today. Coming in a full speed backup show center. Now our next plane that's about to take off is that big C-123 that's down there on show right. If you saw the movie Air America, you saw a C-123 being used there. If you saw the movie Con Air, they also used the C-123 there. And if you look at it and say it kind of looks like a C-130, well, you'd be right, it kind of does. It's definitely a big cargo airplane that was built for short takeoff and landings in areas of unimproved runways. So the C-123 we call Thunder Pig. Now on the takeoff roll is the AT-11 Hansen. So the crew members on board the Hansen are Preston Allen from Star, North Carolina, and Mike Allen from Star, North Carolina. If you look at it and say it kind of looks like a Beech-18, well, you'd be right. We'll talk a little bit more about that along the way. So as our Thunder Pig comes across the back side of the box, it was originally designed right after World War II as an assault glider. It was then known as the XCG-20. It was the largest all-metal assault glider made in the United States, and it flew first in 1950. As a glider, it incorporated innovative features like the ramp and door system to make unloading and offloading quicker. The design is still used in all military transports today. After being built and tested, the Air Force decided they wanted tactical transports. The design was modified to put the two large, powerful R2800 radial engines on it, and the XCG-20 became the C-123 and first did power flight in 1951. And the P51 Quicksilver. We'll see him come in from over top here after a bit. So right now the C-123 banking in for you to show you this big, beautiful beast. The C-123 arrived in Vietnam in 19 missions, such as supplying troops and cargo at forward operating bases and spraying herbicides to kill vegetation. This C-123, known as Thunder Pig, was never used as a herbicide sprayer. The Vietnam War missions clearly showed a need for more power, so two jet engines modified to run on aviation gasoline were added. The airplane has gone from no engines to two reciprocating to two jet engines over its lifetime. The C-123 stayed in military service until 1981. Now the AT-11 that's passing in front of us is actually from the Netherlands. This particular AT-11 was among 24 that were ordered on Lend-Lease by the Netherlands Navy for use in Java, Dutch East Indies as a light bomber in 1941. Before the aircraft could be delivered, the Japanese had already taken the Dutch East Indies. The Dutch government decided to establish a flying school in the United States, and the U.S. government provided Hawkins Army Air Base in Jackson, Mississippi for that use. The Royal Netherlands Military Flying School was established in May of 1942, and this AT-11 was among the 24 used. So as this aircraft comes in for the right for its final pass, imagine skiing on water with this giant aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, the C-123 provider, the workhorse of Vietnam. Now as our AT-11 comes in for its final pass, pilot that the bombardier could fly the aircraft through the bomb site. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beechcraft AT-11 with its markings from the Dutch Air Force. So we're getting our aircraft set up for landing. There's a couple of really good scenes with this particular aircraft tonight. And of course, Con Air, you gotta love that movie. Now, with the size of that aircraft, he is not going to taxi down in front of us. Today, a lot of the design came out of this plane that originally was designed to be a glider. Now, since we can't wave to them, let's go ahead and give the crew of the Thunder Pig and our AT-11 Kansan a big round of applause, and we'll make sure that they know how much we appreciated them. To start this tribute and his beautiful performance.
Here we go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to tell you about the P51 Quicksilver you see here. This As the cape extends to the back of the canopy, it spreads out and divides into the feathers. symbolizing the eagle that has flown with every aviator since the birth of aviation in 1903.
So it wasn't a real bumpy drop anything, like explosives on the runway on the grass out there.
Kind of like
Now he completes the 5-point roll, one for each member of our service. The black paint and tiny sparkling stars in it each represents an American veteran that served our great country, the unsung stars in our lives. These veterans are the glimmering star in a mother's eye, a wife or husband's heart, a son or daughter's hope for the future. The silver ring behind the spinner represents the shining halo of the guardian angel who guides service personnel having given the ultimate sacrifice to their final resting place. Branch of the services. For the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. From the left, Scooter and Quicksilver.
Yeah, good afternoon, Monroe. Boy, look at this beautiful weather out here. This cold weather really makes this Mustang fly great. Easy out there. So much faster than that jet car that Bill Brock's driving. What do y'all think? Let's hear it.
What do you think, folks? Is Scooter going to be faster than the jet car? Let him hear it. Oh, you can be louder than that. Is the jet car going to win or the Scooter going to win? They think you've got it. Down on the deck, here he is.
Way faster than that jet car. I think he's scared. What do you guys think?
What do you think? Is Bill Brock scared of that P51? Bill Brock down on show right has 10,000 horsepower. And he is going to be coming out here shortly. The afterburner's been lit on the Coin Force Smokin' Thunder jet car. 10,000 horsepower, 6,000 pounds of thrust with the afterburner. Bill Brock is a 20-year veteran of the Air Force Reserve, where at one point he was the Air Force Reserve Airman of the Year. Now, yesterday, in the race between Scooter and Bill Brock, some people called it a tie. I have Jeff out here with the photo finish, and he said that he was pretty sure Scooter won. When I looked at that, I was thinking it was pretty close too, but we're going to give this one more shot to see who's going to win today. So who do you think, Bo? You see Bill out here with all the Smoke and Thunder. Is it Bill Brock with 10,000 horsepower and Smoke and Thunder jet car? Oh, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of jet car fans in the audience today. How many think Scooter's going to win with the P51? Well, in just a moment, we are definitely going to have a race. So the rules of the race are pretty simple. We're going to get Bill back down to show left. He's going to get staged. Scooter's going to go away. The goal is right here at Alpha 3, the center of the show box. I'll tell you what, Scooter's getting close to buzzing Bill's head off right there. Bill's getting down there in position. So you get them both in there as they get close to the center because it's going to be really tight. This is the last show of the year for a couple of these folks. And so there's a lot of bragging rights all the way until next air show season starts. Scooters coming down. We're getting close to race time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it comes. Scooter's turning inbound. He's starting down the hill. He's at 180. There he is, 180 on the takeoff. Bill's got to catch him. Bill's got to put the pedal to the metal. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Oh, that was really close again. You see that ring slot parachute come out and slow him down. We're going to have to consult with our air boss and our photographers here with the photo finish to see. So that decathlon you just saw take off, that is RJ Gritter. We'll be talking some more with him along the way. Still to come after that is our trainer. We're going to go back to World War II. Spend a little time looking at what it took to get pilots ready for the war. We're going to hear some more beautiful music from Teresa Heeman. We're going to see some of our fighters fly with our P40 Swamp Fox, the P51 with RT Dixon. So again, as the P51 Quicksilver comes by, take a long, deep look into that polished surface and think about for whom those veterans fought and died. All right, RJ. High and overhead on show right. Here comes RJ Gritter. RJ Gritter is 30 years old. He's from Warrenton, Virginia, as he does a nice flat spin entry. The son of a test pilot dad, and a flight instructor mom, RJ has been in the cockpit his entire life. Growing up around the airport in Greensboro, North Carolina, he started flying before he was tall enough to see over the instrument panel. He soloed on his 16th birthday and got his private pilot license on his 17th birthday. Hammerhead turn there at the top on show right. Again, beautiful, graceful, slightly slower than the P51, but just as much skill and expertise. Micro loop back down through his own smoke. RJ developed a passion for aerobatics through radio controlled flying. He started competing in RC aerobatics at the age of 16 in national and international events, representing the U.S. in indoor precision and freestyle aerobatic championships. RC flying gave him a strong background for full-scale aerobatic flying. hesitation roll on the down line. RJ attended school at North Carolina State University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. After graduation, he moved to Warrenton, Virginia, where he works at Aurora Flight Services. Now, little did he know when he moved to Warrenton, from show left. Coming downhill, trading that altitude for airspeed. Bringing the decathlon right down on the deck, and here we go. Again, slow roll. Lots of control to control the speed of that roll. Hit those hesitation points and keep that beautiful straight line right down the 500-foot line. Now this is the section that you really want to pay attention to. Watch, get those videos going. Pitch up, hold it coming at us, pointing at the ground, back down. Pitch up, point it back down at the ground. Folks, that takes a lot of control. And the angle when he makes that first couple of turns is just really impressive from this point of view. Right down on the deck, rolling it over. Hanging by the straps. Wave at him, he can see you. He's waving back at you right there, folks. Nice little inverted wing wave. Pushing outside to get repositioned. And right now, as RJ's music comes to the end, he informs us that he is inbound for his last pass. This will be a photo pass from right to left. He'll stand it up as much as he can in a monoplane. So get those cameras ready. There is RJ Gritter. RJ Gritter from Warrenton, Virginia. You can follow RJ at RJ Gritter on Instagram and Twitter. If you got some great pictures and photos of that during this beautiful blue sky here in Monroe, North Carolina today, we encourage you to tag him in those. Again, that's at RJ Gritter. Now, coming up after getting RJ in the ground will be our trainer parade. We're going to have a T-28, an AD-1 Sky Raider, and a P3. Not
Canning and home processing of vegetables and garden fruits and berries. Plan your victory garden now. Get your garden plot planned up. Get the advice of a garden expert if you need it, and be prepared to grow your own for victory. Join a garden club or community garden movement, or share a garden with your neighbors. You can help win the battle of food production. You can help our fighting men get the food they need. You can help save the vital metals used in commercial canning.
All the hard work he did for you out here today. Nothing like a little air show smoke in the afternoon, folks. It's part of the fun of being out here, isn't it?
Between now and then, if you're a woman between 20 and 50, if you're not now in a war job, you have no children under 14, and if you've had 2 years of high or business school, the Army's got work for you. Work is vital to victory. The Army wants to bring enlistments to the WAC up to 200,000. That means 200,000 more soldiers for combat, while members of the WAC take over technical jobs in communications, transport, Air Force, X-ray photography, medical, and dental lab. In 155 different branches of Army service, the WAC is trained to handle. Women's Army Corps trains you, the career is yours forever. The day is that of the sole victory of our forces. feed them back and join the West.
Notice the markings on this one. Air Forces Week in the Navy Aviation. Got the Navy up here now. We're seeing the Army version, the T6. Born here and raised in Chesterfield, Virginia. Got his first flight car. That's what you like very much. Take a look, you can see that tail hook as well. Johnny also flies for the Military Aviation Museum out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, flying the 84 Skyraider and the P-64. At the age of 8, Johnny was taxiing planes around the grass field his grandfather built and was learning aerobatics with his father at the age of 9. During the summer months, and air shows all over the East Coast. Blew up today, so it's going to be even bigger and better. Navy aircraft are just about down. We've got our 84.
Thank you all.
Landing right now.
Appreciate it. How's it going?
Fly overhead.
Great.
Jumpers is going to fly back to Asheboro, North Carolina. He's giving you a little smoke, so give him a big wave. See you later, Now, in just a moment, we're going to have our Navy flight taxi past us. I want you to look for those tail hooks. The tail dragger, it is the Sky Raider. You'll see that the Sky Raider can't taxi in a straight line. He can't see over the propeller and the cowling, so he's going to do a little snake dance down the taxiway, where the T-28 is going to basically drive it.
That's easy.